Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Blues Game Day Live. I'm John Kelly, of course, with the legend Joey Vitale here at Pepsi Center, getting ready for this game tonight against the Colorado Avalanche. How you doing, Joey?
Good, John. But legend, I mean, I'm thinking about you in this building. I'm still looking for your name up in the rafters. Spent 9 seasons here, won a cup.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Yeah, well, you're going to look long and hard before you find my name up there. Hey, the Blues, obviously, a tough loss in Detroit, a 4-3 setback, but a lot of good in that game. I guess the challenge for the Blues, Joey, would be to put a 60-minute effort together tonight against a really good team.
Yeah, you looked at that third period and the second half of that second period, the way the Blues played, the way they fought back. People say, are there positives to take from that game? I think that's a positive. I think the way they executed and played with energy and bite to finish off that game is all good signs moving forward. Can they carry that momentum into tonight's game? Another thing for Detroit game that really stood out for me is that power play. It gave him life again. It's back up and running again. It started with the Pat Maroon goal a couple games ago, and then he had Perron and then Vladimir Tarasenko and the 2 big goals there that got him back in that game. So a couple good things to take from that game. Can they carry that into tonight? And John, as you know, they're up for a big task here tonight against these Avalanche.
Yeah, the Avalanche are humming along right now. They have won 6 in a row. The power play, as you said, is 3 for 6 in the last 2. But overall, where's the confidence level of this hockey club, Joey, as we know the Blues have lost 5 of 6?
I think the confidence is low, and this is what happens when you lose games. It's just that simple. Craig Berube addressed it yesterday to the media. He said one thing we have to get back is this confidence. And where does that start? It starts in practice. It starts with the little things. If they can get up early, let's say into tonight's game, you get up early on this team, and hopefully you start getting a little bit of that swagger back, and then that carries from shift to shift, and that's what that feeling is he's talking about. That's where that confidence comes. It has to start somewhere, and you just have to keep chipping away at it.
As you can see behind us, the Avalanche are taking part in their morning skate. The Blues will go on the ice about 11:30 Mountain Time. Robert Bortuzzo will take the skate this morning, and he's possible to get back on the lineup tonight for the Blues. That would be great.
This would be such a huge impact for the St. Louis Blues. An area that continues to plague them is in front of their own net. I think that at times the Blues haven't been good defensively and as forwards, picking up sticks, picking up bodies to defend well. It's just too easy for the opponents to be coming in there and getting second, third opportunity goals like we saw in Detroit and Winnipeg. Robert Bortuzzo is terrific at that. He's going to take bodies, take sticks. He sees the game very well, and something underrated about Robert Bortuzzo's game is his puck retrieval. So when the opponent team, like the Avalanche tonight, are going to come in, dump the puck in, he's very smooth about how to break it out, how to break past that first layer and that second layer of attack. So a huge plus if Robert Bortuzzo gets into the game tonight. And another thing, as you know, here in this building, John, short shifts are going to be key.
Yeah, because we're in the Mile High City, that means you're 5,000 feet above elevation. You played here, I'm sure, many times. So, what's the key aside from short shifts?
I think that is the biggest key.
Okay.
30 seconds. Get in, get out. At 30 seconds on the ice, so a typical NHL shift is around 40 seconds. That's when you got to start thinking about changing. In this building, and I know Craig Berube is going to talk about it. I'm going to ask Ryan O'Reilly about it. He knows all about it, being here for 6 seasons. When 30 seconds comes in your mind, that's when the speedometer or modometer or whatever you call
Odometer,
it.
whatever. Yeah.
And that clock in your head, it's got to start registering, get off the ice. Because if you get stuck out there for a minute 20, and you can against this team because they're that good, man, you'll feel it for about a good period and a half.
And that's probably more important in the second period with the long change.
Exactly. Second period is going to be important. And I looked at this McKinnon line, and they have the potential to keep you out there for well over a minute. So for the Blues to get in the mindset that 20 seconds, this is when you got to start managing that puck really well. You talk about the blue lines, that gray area. You got to get pucks in, and you really got to get pucks out tonight, because if you get hemmed in for a little while there, I tell you what, your legs will burn for a period and a half. And some games, you can never bounce back from it.
You mentioned the McKinnon line, and their line is arguably the best line in hockey right now, with Landeskog on one wing and Rantanen, who leads the league in scoring on the other side. How do you contain or slow down that line? They had 8 points the other night against Pittsburgh.
I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I was watching this line play in Pittsburgh the other night, and Rantanen and McKinnon, Landeskog, these guys are just off and running. I was texting Sid a little bit the other day about his game and his hat trick, and he just said this line is just absolutely on fire. No one seems to have an answer for them. You look at the Bergeron line in Boston, the Jamie Benn line maybe in Dallas is another line I would consider top in the league, but I believe without a doubt this is the best line in hockey tonight. But the good thing is, the positive of that is, if the Blues can find a way to slow them down and shut them down, I think the second to fourth line on this team, that's where it kind of drops off a bit. I'm not saying that the Avalanche are a one-line show because they do have some depth and some scoring, but it certainly does drop off after that first line.
Yeah, I talked to Craig Berube yesterday about that line and how you slow them down, and he said the easiest thing is to have the puck and play in the offensive zone. Easier said than done.
It really is, and it gets back to managing pucks. When you know you're out there against this line, get over the red line, put it in, get 2 forecheckers hard, hem them in for 20, 30 seconds. If you do that early, what that does, the psychology of a line like the McKinnon line, if they start playing their defensive zone too often and too early, it kind of starts getting in their mindset where this is going to be this kind of a game, and that's where they can really trail off. So for the Blues to get good dumps, spend some time in the offensive zone, especially in that first period, is going to be important tonight.
Well, Joey, as you probably know, and I know the Blues have had a lot of changes since last year, their season ended last year in this building. So the players that were in that game, and of course Tarasenko got hurt in the first period, some bad memories, and hopefully they can get some revenge tonight against the Avalanche.
Revenge is the word. We would hope that some of that energy carries into this game. The season was closed off last year, like you mentioned, in this building. So you hope some of these veterans who were part of that group last year come in with a little extra bite here tonight.
All right, enjoyed it, my friend.
John, I always enjoy it with you. Did a heck of a job. Emmy award-winning job here.
Be quiet. All right, we're on the air tonight just after 8 o'clock St. Louis time. Of course, you're on KMOX, and I'll be with the Hall of Famer Bernie Federko on Fox Sports Midwest. Have a great day, and we'll see you tonight from Pepsi Center.